Oh man. So, I wanted to update sooner, but kind of rolled in a pack today throughout Kyoto, and would have been kind of weird to like pull out my phone and been like, oh, updating my video thing here. But anyway, so first real day of Kyoto, crazy. Talked to the oh, so I got to the bus stop. I think is when I last talked to you, Mr. Camera, and that was I got to the bus stop with these people that were from Australia that I had seen talking to the guy right before me about where to go and everything. And they ended up being going to the same temple I was going to. So we all just traveled together and kind of like talked, and they were super cool. Two girls from Australia, two guys from New York, and I ended up just hanging out with them all day, and it was really cool. We went up to this temple called the Silver Temple, and it was pretty cool. Very scenic, very cool. Like just layout of the place. And then we were supposed to be taking this thing called the Path of Philosophy. It kind of like leads to all these different temples and things, and we ended up going the complete opposite direction and getting lost in Kyoto. And luckily we had bus passes, so like we would jump buses, and we were just lost, couldn't find anything. Uh, Trying to find this one temple. We were trying to find this one temple that has this big 30-meter gate, and the gate is like just this big orange, like Japanese gate symbol. And basically, the whole day was just trying to find that gate because we were lost. And we ended up stumbling on this really other cool temple called the Shinyoda Temple. And we walked up in there, and for 500 yen we had this old Japanese guy with this awesome like husky voice, and he led us around the inside of the temple and kind of explained everything in broken English, but it was really cool of just like the history of things. And I took some pictures. Like, I never realized the rock garden, or this particular rock garden, was like an artist representation of the day Buddha, one of the Buddhas died, I guess, or the Buddha, I don't know. But like the rock formation represented him dying, like how he laid down when he died. And then behind him was the mountain range was in the same shape, and so they thought it looked like Buddha's pose when he was dying. So it was like a like really cool kind of like explanation of their rock garden and everything, and just really rad. And then walked to another temple that was right across the street. There's so many temples, and in this section of town, just really cool. Just kind of like we saw businessmen go up there and chant and stuff, and that was cool. In the group, I was kind of the one that knew the most Japanese, and so every once in a while I got to use a little bit, saying like sumimasen, and talking and just like trying to do the basics of like Doku desu ka, where is this, when we were lost. And the Japanese are just so nice. Uh, Everyone tries to help you, like goes beyond and above, just like getting you where you need to go, and they feel really bad when they can't help you, and really cool. It's kind of like it's cool because traveling with foreigners, especially like from Australia, just gives you like such a different perspective on the world, and they know so much. They know so much about your country, but you know like nothing of theirs, which is kind of sad but true. And just cool to see different perspectives. And then we had a long day of being lost. We finally took a crowded bus back to a few stops close to ours, made it home. We were hungry. We went to try and get ramen, and the ramen shop was closed. And their hours are weird. They list the closing time first, opening time second, which you would think would be the opposite, but Japan does a lot of things weirdly. like the buses you get in the middle and then exit from the front, which you would think would be the opposite of getting in the front, exiting in the back. And jet lag's still hitting me, so I apologize for my lackluster video, but it's like still just this constant tiredness near the end of the day, and we're still waking up at like 4 in the morning, like completely awake. Really strange. But yeah, so my feet are so tired. We walked all day, all around freaking Kyoto, this like west end or east end, I guess, and uh, then came back and went to this place called Manzu's and got basically ramen, but it was udon. So it was I got the house special udon, which kind of just had everything. It had shrimp tempura on it, and then fish cake, tofu, green onions, and different kinds of onions. Fish, I said fish cake. But yeah, just a whole bunch of stuff in udon noodles. It was pretty good. Um, yeah, and then at the Silver Temple, I tried a uh, a pastry custard and ice cream with brown rice cake around it. It was okay. The ice cream was normal, you know. And then also tried like this uh, bun, like a white bun, and then on the inside it had pork and something else. I forget the name. It was pretty good too. Um, and then bought just a few little knickknacks. Kind of waiting till the end of the journey to get the rest of the knickknacks, just because I feel like the souvenirs can be gotten kind of anywhere, and I want to make sure I don't just like overwhelm and buy all the stuff I see and then be like, this is the same souvenir stuff that I see at every like rest stop or whatever. But yeah, yeah. So a lot of Australians here, a lot of soccer fans right now because I guess Japan's hosting this like FIFA tournament with all these like real famous soccer teams. So like a lot of Brazilians, a lot, and yeah, a lot of Australians just because of the region, and it's their summer break right now, and they take long vacations, which is cool. But yeah, um, I just wanted to kind of like rethink through my day while it's still fresh. Um, yeah, really nice day today. Not too cold. It gets really cold during the night. Um, but everything closes pretty early, like 8ish. So most people come back to the hostel and party inside the hostel, which is also really cool. And there's a bar downstairs and everything, so it's kind of what everyone else is doing. But yeah, I think that's it. This was the first real day of Kyoto, and really rad. Tomorrow, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. Maybe more temples, maybe mixed in some souvenir shopping or something like that. Kind of decide it's nice. That's one nice thing about just like doing this on my own is just like I don't need to wake up early. I can just do it on my own schedule, and that's really cool. Just like, oh, I'm gonna sleep in tomorrow until I feel like getting up, and that's it. But yeah, day. I guess what is this day now? 3. Day 3 finished. Awesome.